Our own marriage was not easy. We broke up many times.
Wow.
Yeah, because at that time, we were young and so many things. But along the line, I need to sit down and say, no, this thing can go. Then I begin to reflect.
Guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. And today I have an amazing couple here. This is my first time of interviewing a couple here, and I'm privileged to have Mr. and Mrs. Appiah here. So guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. And today I have an amazing couple here. This is my first time of interviewing a couple here, and I'm privileged to have Mr. and Mrs. Appiah here. So Pastor Enoch is a pastor of International Christian Church, Spandau branch, and Mrs. Violet Appiah is a deaconess. And yes, so I'd like them to introduce themselves, and then we start with the interview. So thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you. Also thank you for having us.
Thank you.
And welcome us to your program.
Thank you so much.
Thank God for the wonderful work that God is using you.
Amen.
In talking to public people and people that will learn something from this program. Thank God for everything. My name is Pastor Enoch. I'm a branch pastor, IC International Spandau branch. And we thank God for our life.
Amen. Mama Violet.
Okay, my name is Violet Appiah. I am the wife of Pastor Enoch. I'm the first lady of Spandau ICC branch. I'm mother to all. I welcome everybody who comes on my way. I take everybody in as a mother. And I thank God for her staff program that she has chosen us today to interview us. And I'm very privileged to be your guest.
Thank you so much, Mommy. She's an amazing woman. Yeah, there's so much things she does, but we'll talk about it in the interview. So Pastor and Mrs. Deaconess, you are a Ghanaian, right?
Yeah, we are both Ghanaians.
So I want you to tell us a little history about your life in Ghana. How was it like? Yeah, as children growing up in Ghana.
Okay. I was born in Kumasi, to be precise. I was born in Kumasi. I was educated in Kumasi.
Okay.
My primary school was in Shaiso International School, and I went to St. Monica Secondary School.
Wow.
And I also went to Trinidad Akodia Secondary School. And after my secondary school, my sister brought me to Berlin here. So it's here that I met my husband.
Wow.
32 years ago.
Wow.
And we have been together for all this while. We have blessed children.
Yeah.
And we didn't know we are coming here to be called pastors, or God was going to change our status, because everybody that is coming from Ghana know that we are going to hustle and we are going to have a better life in Europe. But to our surprise and to our little knowledge, we chose the way of God, and God has called us to the ministry. So this is all that I can say about us.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, but Pastor, how did you also come to Germany? How was your life in Ghana? How did you even hear about the opportunity to travel here and successfully come here?
Thank you so much, sister. I was born in Oyoko, small village in the Koforidua Eastern region.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I think after a few years, my mother relocated because she was transferred from Oyoko. She was a daycare teacher. Can I hear you say kindergarten teacher?
Yeah.
So she was transferred to Koforidua.
Okay.
So we migrated to Koforidua.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where, and then I didn't stay in Florida too much because I was with my father.
Okay.
Yeah, my father was a head teacher.
Okay.
So I grew up in Mampong, Equiapem.
Okay.
And then he was transferred to Suhum, so I was with him. And then finally they transferred him to Tema. So it was Tema actually I grew up.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went to Mexico number 4. And then I went to Corona Secondary School, that's Sectec. And then I also went 6th form in New Japan Secondary School. Okay. And then after the National Service, I left. You know, there was opportunity for me, and then I left from Ghana to Berlin, Germany. That was in 1990.
That's amazing. I'd like to chip in that I also went to St. Monica, so
that's
my mother.
Schoolmate,
Yes.
I was in Lome House.
Next question is, you actually chipped in that you met your amazing wife in Berlin. So how did you meet her?
Yeah, the time I came to Berlin, I was living with a friend, give us a place. And then I was working in there was a Kaiser's, I say, Kaiser's shop. We were doing some cleaning there.
Okay.
Because that time you don't speak the language.
Yeah.
You don't have anything.
Yeah.
So somebody need to hold you.
Yeah.
So we're doing this cleaning job to manage our life from the beginning.
Yeah.
And then the place I was living at, I was the friend's house, and the friend didn't pay the rent. So we were sacked.
Hey.
I did not know that he didn't pay the rent.
He
So
took the money, he didn't pay.
he took the money, he didn't pay. So when I came, I was having one small bag. The house of Aton locked the house. They put my bag.
Oh.
So I picked it and I called him. And he told me stories. Says, "Go manage your life."
Wow.
Yeah. So I left there and I called some friends that I know them. I didn't know them, but I came to meet them. That they are also from Tema.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they asked me to come to their place. So
Okay.
I was there for some time. So from there, going to the work was very far. So I will be a little bit late. He was asking me what is wrong, and I told him everything. That well, first I was living here only 10 minutes, but now I live almost 1 hour.
Wow.
That's why I can't make it as I used to.
Yeah.
Because then I'll finish my work and also go and do his work.
Yeah.
So he was an elderly man.
Yeah.
So he asked me, okay, he has a room, an apartment, and then he has another room. I should come
Live there.
Yeah, I should come and see if I will
Like
it. So I went there because I didn't have a place to sleep.
Yeah.
So I went there. It was
It was okay
a
for
mansion.
you.
So I told him I liked it. So as I went there, the wife was pregnant. So at the time when the call comes, the wife is sleeping, they have to pick the call and answer for them.
Yeah.
And so Mr. Henry is not there, the wife was also sleeping. And then my wife was a friend to this gentleman that used to work together in that place.
Okay.
The man liked me so much because I'll finish my job and go and help him. But I was a very young boy, 20s.
Energetic.
Exactly.
So then by then Violet will call. That was a friend to ask her how she's doing with the pregnancy, and then so later that she came, she delivered, and then she came to visit her, and then she met me there, and then the lady introduced, this is a young man, and when you call, he used to pick the call. So we were there, and then they asked me to come. At that time, I don't want to go. So the lady will force me to come and sit there, let's talk.
Yeah.
So we came, they would sit down, they would talk. I don't have anything to say. Then, so after some time, as she had been coming there, so we become a little bit friends, and then I asked my friend's wife, is she married? So she's a young lady. Yeah. She doesn't know, but she knows that she doesn't have anybody. Then I said, okay. So I didn't say anything. Then she will be coming there. And then one day, Then my friend wife said, why don't you go and see her off for me?
Okay.
So I went and I didn't say anything. So I came and I told her, if she has no one, I like her, she's beautiful. And then, so that time she was very young. Yeah, very, very young. That's a Coca-Cola shape.
Wow.
She would come, you know, so along the line, she said no, she will not agree. She doesn't like this young boys. So after some time, she agreed.
Okay.
But it took longer time. Yeah,
That's
time. Even she did not agree. It was the sister's husband. He was an American, black American. So I used to call her, and then she was there, you know.
Yeah.
And then so okay, and then the senior sister who brought her, and then the husband American decided okay, they should invite me to come so that they would see me.
Okay.
So I went there, and they saw me, and then the Tony, that's American, he called Tony. Tony said, but you know, could be a good guy. Why don't you give me just a try? So the first time she was coming, it was the husband, the Tony, is an American. Yeah, she escorted her to the banner, and I said, just try it. Because I can see him. He's a nice gentleman. But that's what I can see. But I think he's a good person. So why don't you give her a try? So it was them added more, you know, put in more disgrace.
Yeah.
And then one day she agreed. And
so I can see mommy wants to add something to it. Is that what happened?
It was that happened. And you know, when I call my friend, he will pick. Then I told my friend, who is picking the phone? He says, oh, there's a brother here. I say, but the phone doesn't belong to him. Why is he always picking the phone? Then he said, oh, sometimes I ask him to pick the phone. So when I went there, and we went with friends because my friend was also young, even she's younger than me. She has given birth, and we were so happy. Like we have come to Europe, we have a Europe baby and all this stuff. And when he would come and sit down whilst we are talking and everything. But because there was something like my friend always talk about me, this let him have the interest to know who this person is.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
And say, when she come, you will see her. She's beautiful. She's this. She's that. So when he saw me and he said, "Hey," I said, "Me, I don't like small boys. I don't like small boys. These small boys, they will come and play with you and just drop you. I want somebody, if anything, somebody a bit elderly, responsible." Then she was trying to tell me all about him, but in fact, I was not interested. So it was that time he was my father. When I came, he was my father. So he said, just give him a try. And the first date, he took me. And he said, if anything happens and you think you don't like, just go. You know. So you call, and wherever you are, I'll come and pick you. So he was a dear father to me that he really, really, really showed me that he cares, despite the fact that he was my sister's husband. But he showed me again because he said, when I came, my type of person and that young, beautiful lady with so much intelligence, so respectful. In America, you will not get such things like that. So he really, 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 really was appreciating and taking good care of me. So he was really backing the relationship. So he said, if anything, just call me wherever you are. So my sister also, that time my sister was even in the hospital, I think. She was pregnant and they have to admit her in there. Wherever she is, may God bless her.
Amen.
And she also said, when the first day he said, oh, he's a nice looking guy. Well, let's try. So everybody was like behind, but let's see if you go and nothing is working out there. By and by, when the morning comes.
Amen.
And it has taken us 32 years.
Wow.
So,
Yeah. And I
it's
also
a
want
very beautiful
exactly.
journey. Yeah.
And you are really passionate about marriage, and that's why you started this Happy Hour. They
Happy.
have an amazing program called Happy Hour every Thursday, 6 to 7, right?
1 hour program.
Yeah, and your desire and your passion to see marriage grow is
Growing
really, really
and,
inspiring.
Yeah, and giving the young women that are coming up, the upcoming women, to let them know that you don't just give yourself anyhow.
Yeah.
You understand? These days, they have named it all. You understand? My fiancé, my this, my that. Before even the man will say Jack, they have lose themselves for the man. So sometimes, if you go to the market and you find anything cheap, sometimes the thing might be quality, but because you bought it so cheap, you don't give even value upon the thing that you have bought. Despite the fact that it's quality, but because you saw it in the German's Angebot, it was on sale. You understand?
Discount.
So discounts. So sometimes it's a very quality or valuable thing, but because you bought it so cheap, you don't put that value on it. That's why I'm so passionate about the women, the young upcoming women, that stay for them to marry you. When they pay your bride price and they know that they didn't get you anyhow, they value you and put a high quality on you. But if you give them, they will also take it like that. So we should respect ourselves, give ourselves a value price, so that when the men get us, they will also know that they didn't take us so on the silver platter. You understand?
But who brought about the idea? Happy Hour.
I think it was me.
Okay, yeah, whoever brought it, God richly bless you.
Yeah, doing it together.
Yeah. So, Papa, how did you see the program when you first started? What was like the motivation behind the program? And
You see, what motivated me is that you see, I came from let me say, not broken home, but my mother, didn't have it easy, because all of us were 4, and we are 5 in number. We have everybody's different father.
Wow.
Yeah, so we went through very difficult time. Yeah, though my mother and my father separated, but then I was 6 years. So I was with my father where he goes everywhere. So vacation, then I'll come to my mother for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I go back, and then so things was not easy. So when we started this Happy Hour, I tried to educate the people that divorce is not the option. As for 2 of you can separate, fine. You can part on your own different ways. But the children are ones going to suffer more. So this Happy Hour talk about marriage and all these things, so motivating. So we didn't see that it's going to go far. People, bishops and people are watching from all over. All over the world. And then so Happy Hour, I don't know how we started the Happy Hour. So then we begin to talk about things. Because you see,
we saw that there are now more broken homes in the Christendom now. You understand? Even the Christians, when things happen, we don't have we are all humans. We have to be very precise. We have to be very fair about whatever happens. We are humans. When something is not going well in the marriage, sometimes the decision can be so quick, but the long suffering also lets you sit down and think, if this happened, what about my children? What about the future of the children? What if you consider, then you say, let me give it another chance, let me give it another this, let me do this. Then you will start thinking and you say, let me give it to God, or let God come in and help us. You understand? But sometimes when we go to the marriage and we know that the marriage is very sweet, and beginning everything is sweet. We mostly forget about the foundation and the head of the family. The head is the supreme God that is watching us, the one that we dedicate the marriage to. But sometimes, because we don't take a lot of things in prayer, we just take things by ourselves, and by the time we have destroyed a lot of things. A lot of things.
You see, the happy
and
hour.
it's not easy. Like
I think we started.
people may be, they think 32 solid this year. We have not gone through it's not smooth, because even in our language said the tongue and the teeth, they bite and they still stay together. It's have been ups and downs, a lot of things, but through it all, we still stay together and pray to God.
Most of the things that we discuss, we use our own life
experiences.
We talk to them. You see, I live in a compound house. When we went on vacation, when I come to my mother was living in a compound house. So I saw so many things. So many. I was young, but I saw so many things for couple, what they were going through, and then I know how to play draft. So I used to play with elderly people. Elderly people. Yeah, I used to play with Pastor Enoch, our bishop's father.
Wow.
Yeah, not the real father, but the father's brother. They were elderly people.
And now you
I played. So
because they all come from the same.
Yeah, so they were talking. At the time we'll be playing, and we'll be talking. Then he was advising me. Now I was a boy, but I was listening, and we were playing the draft. And because I know how to draft, at the time he would send from them to come. They would go there, we'll be playing on vacation time, and I'll be talking and I'll be listening. So I had so many experience in marriage whilst I was not having reached that place. And I saw so many things with my own eyes, so many things. So this happy hour, it was God who built this vision. And then so it has blessed a lot of homes. I have a friend, he's in Ghana. And every time he has been watching a wife, he said, huh? Then they'll be talking. And then I say at times what we discuss as if we are in their house.
You know what is going on there.
And it has saved a whole lot of marriages. And then also help us because in our church also, as where human beings are, there's almost here and there, marriages here and there. So also give us an ability also to advise the youth, the young ones that are coming. Say, listen, marriage is not the silver platter as you say it. No. Because we are from different backgrounds, different.
Not the ceremonial day, but
so challenge
coming to stay under one roof.
Where you grew up, the area, your lifestyle, everything can affect or can hamper the progress of the marriage because of the location you came from, the background you grew up, how you saw your mother treating your father, how you saw your father treating your mother, all these things. So it helps us able to know what to say. Because some things I've seen it in my own, I've experienced a lot of things. As I was young, my mother's life, my friend's mother's life, things I saw in a compound house, and so many things. So it has helped us to deliver very good to the couples that you think it is easy. Things are not easy.
Like that.
So we thank God for happy hour, and we thank God for. I think you go through certain lifestyle. You don't know that tomorrow God is going to use that one,
to teach people.
So it was not easy. Even our own marriage, it was not easy. We broke up many times. Because at that time, we were young and so many things. But along the line, I need to sit down and say, no, this thing can go. Then I begin to reflect all what elderly people was talking those days. They say, you people are just boys. And so I picked so many things. I began to implement them. I realized, it's working. It's working. And for all these days, we got 32 years. It's not a small journey.
So what you have seen, what common examples, or what situations do you think are the reasons why people are separating now? As a pastor, too, what have you heard or counseled?
You see,
couples.
Number one is lack of respect, lack of communication, honesty, sincerity, and then love.
Okay.
Yeah, you see, the way you treat your partner. If you treat your partner well, the way you talk to her, the way you answer her, can determine that the marriage will go far. And then number one, to also value your partner. And give him highly respect. You see, and then it's all is by talking, communication. Your words must be sweet. Your words must carry volume. You see, your words must carry wisdom. Know how to talk to the person. Even when your partner is angry with you, there's a way to diffuse that tension. Not give and take. There are things just swallow it. Just don't speak, don't say. I mean, forget it. Leave it.
Cool.
You see. And then ask yourself, what you did, is it right? If it's not right, what do you need to do? Though your partner is angry, leave that person at the right time, in a very good environment, and then you chip in. Say, maybe I didn't mean A, B, C, but maybe forgive, maybe I was not able to construct my words well, or I was not able to deliver my word well. You know, then you go to the person, then you apologize. You know, and then you make sure you don't repeat those things again, and then you speak good things. Anything that holds us, that binds us together, is words. Words are powerful. Words are spirit. It will go, it will come back and hit you. So the same magnitude that you will deliver. If you deliver good, you will see joy over that. But if you deliver bad, it will come back to you. So what holds us is, number one, the grace of God. Number two, the ways you speak to your partner.
Thank you.
Bless you.
And God has blessed you with 4 children. I'm friends with them, and I know how they are. And by God's grace, they are all on the right path. Like, they are Christians and God-fearing people. I want to know, what principles did you set in place? Because the culture in Germany is different from the culture in Africa. So what principles or what things did you set in place to make sure that your children are not wayward? As compared to some children in Germany here that are wayward. So maybe Mama Violet would like to start.
Praise the Lord. I would say, by the grace of God, it's not the doing of a man or doing of me and Pastor, but it has been the grace of God. It wasn't also easy when during time I was beginning to have children. It wasn't easy. I would be having miscarriages and all these things. So it was like all the children prophecy will come before they will come. Prophecy will come before they will conceive and come. And when they came also, I make sure that all the children, because I didn't have anywhere to go apart from the church, I've vowed to myself that now that I'm working with God, everything has to be God, and we have to raise our children in the fear of God. And God gave us also the grace for us to raise them in the fear of God manner. So if you can see them, they don't have a lot to do with the common word. Let me say, they don't have, all they know in their life. Even recently we were talking and they were saying, it's like our life is church. So it's like we don't experience anything from us. So what can we also say to our children when we were this one? We say, you tell them what we were doing in the church. Somebody say, all your CVs have to be in the church. So you write your CV. You understand? So we decided that we will raise them in the church. Even when they were going to school, they would let the school people know that all that they were born to do is to church, home, church. Even the school, they say, and the children say, when you take them, you go to church in the evening, you go to prayers, because then I will say, yeah. If the Muslims take their children and take them to the mosque, this is what I'm training. So it became known to the school that my children or our children are born to serve God and nothing else. So in the school, Rachel was in the band or something. She was the commander of the band or whatever. Yeah, and Abigail will be singing the way. So sometimes of the day, or they were developing all this in the school. So the school teachers and everybody know that these children are real Christian, born to the Christian, and this is all that they know. So through their lifetime, they have been so good, sincere to the church. And sometimes I say, I know it's not easy for you guys, but these days I was even telling them, if you want to travel also, go and see some of the world. Just travel. Now you are not that too much kid that will control you. Like you have to do this. You are also yet big grown-ups.
Exactly.
So you can also travel and see. You understand?
I think Pastor Enoch wants to say something about it.
Yeah, Mama have said it all. You see, thank God that the time they came were really committed people. Very, thank God. I was not born again. I was a member of Momo. I was because my mother took us there. So, and just to respect my mother, I have to follow her.